I like to believe that the truth does not exist. All it is really is a collection of memories, opinions, and perceptions combined into one to form our vision of reality, and mine is no exception to the rule.
I was born in Ottawa, Canada, and raised in the province of Quebec in a bilingual family. My mother is of Irish and Scottish descent from the Magdalen Islands, and my father is half French-Canadian and half a mystery, as my grandmother was adopted and never knew her roots. And I, as a result, have never come to see myself as completely anything.
I'm a mix, a mutt, call it what you will, but ever since I can remember, I've been confronted with this Anglophone-Francophone duality, this desire to sit in the center and dig deep under the surface, and it's been a major theme for me in my life so far. Culture, languages, religions, the environment, and humanity in all its splendor have amazed me from a very young age. I have sketchbooks, paintings, and pages of poetry to prove it, not to mention a younger sister who converted to Islam, an accountant of a father with a very green thumb, a family composed of fishermen on the East Coast, and a caregiver of a mother who cannot be torn away from her country music. Later on in life, I studied graphic design, typography, art history, and drawing in college, but that didn't satisfy my thirst for writing or for telling stories. When I discovered journalism, that was it. I was hooked. I interned at a local sports radio and television station, finished a degree at the University of Montreal, and then got an opportunity to do it for real.
And everything moved really quickly. I went from an editorial assistant's position to covering stories for the local news in Montreal, and before I knew it, everything came to an end. Well, at least what I thought was the end.
But for each ending, there's always a new beginning. I moved to Italy for love in April 2008. I was convinced that my reporting days were over. Now I'm married to a wonderful Italian man, work as a freelance news producer and correspondent in Rome, and speak, live, and breathe Italian. And yes, once again I find myself confronted with duality, the reoccurring theme in my life. I am not Italian, and perhaps never will be, nor am I any longer completely Canadian. The realities in Italy are very different from the ones I know, and that is what I intend to show you. How these people live, eat, vote, suffer, and pray from my perspective of things. So here I'll stay in the center between Western and Eastern civilizations, far away from my family, friends, and the country I know, digging my bare hands into this new place I call home.